Hi guys, this is Anna with Passions of Paper. I've got 3 new journals to show off to you today. These are giant grungy neutral vintage journals, and it's a lot, so there's 3 of them, so this is gonna take me a bit to get through, so I'm gonna go pretty quickly through them. I think what I'll do is I'll take a little more detail on the first one, and then go a little faster on the other 2 because they're pretty much the same. They have the same cover with the exception of the picture. They're all built the same, use the same fabrics and stuff. The tassels that are removable are the same. We've got these strips of fabric and the eyelash yarns, and we've got the stone and glass and lava beads in there. If you can see all those. They're pretty heavy duty beads, like the weightiness of them and the sounds that they give you. They've all got these closures that I did some script stamp on and coffee dyeing. Basically all this fabric has been coffee dyed or dyed somehow and grunged up and frayed and distressed. These are just super grungy. So we've got this cover of this girl here, and then we've got this older gentleman here who has this very rugged face and looked really cool. I wanted to do 3 cover photos of pictures like that, but unfortunately the pictures that were in that kit, the other pictures, they were just too small and they weren't really working out. So I have pictures from 3 different kits from even different sellers, 3 different sellers, 3 different pictures, 3 different kits that are making up the cover photos here, and then I'll have the links in my description box below with all the kits that I've used. There are 17 kits, so it's, you know, it's my usual, it's a lot. So I'll be including all those links below. And these journals are 11 and a half inches tall, so almost a whole foot tall, by 9.5 inches wide. They've got a 2.5 inch spine and 5 signatures. And then, like I said, the tassel is removable. Get these threads out of the way there. So this is removable, just like that. Nice and easy. Nice and easy to put on. So these ones, I tried to do a little less to them than compared to my last few journals because I wanted to come out with a cheaper version of a giant journal. So that other people can get their hands on one of my giant journals. And so inside here we've got this heavily dyed, very grungy coffee dyed fabric, and then we've got this Tim Holtz fabric that makes the pocket. This is like one of my favorite Tim Holtz fabrics. It's just so grungy and can be used with almost anything. So there are almost 400 pages in these journals. They all have the same, they were all built the same way for the most part. They might have just some of the pages, like some of the pictures are going to be different. Like, so for example, this kit here with these photographs, I printed out like all my favorites and then split them up between all 3 journals, so they will actually have different photos. So pay attention to that part as I flip through these journals, but the gist of them is the same. And we've got this, I used this beautiful vintage dictionary page, which is fragile, so be careful with that. I have done all the taping and sewing to make the big pages. We've got these flip outs. There are 30 flip out pages on top of the almost 400 pages that are in this journal. There are 30 flip out pages. There's 6 per signature. I have 2 to 4 pockets per signature with 4 journaling cards per signature, so that's a total of 20 journaling cards in each journal. And then, I can't remember if I said, but the spine is 2.5 inches thick, and then it's like perfectly, it sits perfectly flat. When it's laying down, it's perfectly flat. So it's 2.5 here and 2.5 inches here too. And then it can be squished smaller though, because it's kind of, it's a little bit fatter because the pages have been heavily grunged, and that makes them thicker. So there is a lot of room to add your own touch to this journal, or just fill it with all your own ephemera. Plenty of space in these journals. And hopefully I can get through this without too much kid interruption. So I'm not going to flip out every one of these because I'll have to constantly move the journal. They mostly look the same. They're variations of this digital on the back. So that's not really that important to see every single one of them. So just to help things go a little faster and smoother here, I'm just going to not flip those open. We've got these for the journaling cards. So I'll just like demonstrate that it's a flip out, I guess, so that you'll know. But basically, whenever you see this photograph on the edge of a page, it's going to be a flip out, in case I forget to flip them. Same thing with the journaling cards. All the backs are the same. It's got this, just this nice grunginess to it, and they've all been inked and stuff, so I'm not going to be flipping all those out either. I left the strings on. You can add beads to them if you want, or charms or something, but if you don't like these long strings on here, you can easily just snip them down, or tie, do like a bow tie knot to get them, if you don't like it, the grunginess of them hanging down here. Now this journal, these journals, they're, like I said, they're very grungy. So they're a lot about the noise and the textures. I love the crunchy sounds of the pages. So we've got this journaling card here. And there is a ton of writing space in this, and tons of space to just add your own touch. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. You can always slow it down on YouTube, but I don't have a lot of time to do the flip through, so I'm just trying to get through as fast as I can. So that's the center of the second signature there. I love how grungy some of these pages turn out from coffee dyeing. And I try to leave that. I like the natural grunginess of the pages and not just the forced grunginess that I do to them. I did combine some nature-y elements to these. I really think that the combination just adds a lot more interest. I like a lot of interest in my journals. I get bored very, very easily, very quickly, so I like to just really mix things up. That's why I use 17 digital kits, and oftentimes way more than that in my journals, just because it adds so much variety. I really need that, especially in a big journal that's going to last quite a while to get to fill up. I did add a pocket here or there that was not filled up, so just know sometimes there's some extra pockets that I did just for the decorations of it and left for the purchaser to fill with their own ephemera. I like the flip outs a lot because they add a lot of space for secret journaling. You can like be journaling in the middle of journaling here, but then this could be reserved for something special to write about, or special ephemera to tuck away, or you can just keep journaling from here into here. I've done both ways, and I just like the options that it adds. So in these large journals, I really like that I can add the flip outs, just because it adds more variations of what I can do, more options. Creates more flexibility in my journal. I wanted these journals to give you the feeling of like slowing down and trying to not take life for granted. We are given this one life, and sometimes we get really caught up in it and things just fly by, especially if you are like me and you're a mom of little children, and it's really it's really easy to get caught up in just like the daily living and not really slow down and take a step back and look at your life and look at your blessings, especially in this day and age where things are getting harder for everyone, and things aren't all that great lately, and it's just really nice. It's really good for you to just take a step back and look at the blessings that you do have in your life and maybe journal about them, because sometimes keeping your blessings in the forefront, no matter how bad things seem to be, can really help you. It can really help you get through those hard times. And so that is what I was like, that was my idea behind this journal, was just trying to keep our blessings in our minds and remembering that we've got this one life, and to just take kind of like a step back and take a picture of our lives right now. I mean, my journals usually always have a story behind why they're made. I don't just make stuff just to make stuff. Sometimes I do, but that's what this journal was for me, or these journals. That's why I did them, because I really feel like right now I just need that reminder to just step back and look at everything that is good in my life and hold on to those things, and to live my life day by day and not just get caught up in the routines of things. Alright, so let's see, I'll set that down there. So I probably won't pull out all the journaling cards in this one, just to make it go a little faster. I'm just gonna do a quick flip through. As you can see, these are very similar, just different, mainly just different photos. Like these photos are different. These pictures are different, and then all these photos, they're pretty similar, but they're different. And then like the big main photos, pictures. So basically, like mostly the big ones are the ones that are different, and then the flip out ones are the ones that are different between each journal. These smaller pages, I printed out duplicates. Oh, and these are also different for each journal too. I guess if you can't really see the journaling cards, I should pull those out. Alright, so that's another pocket that is left for someone to use. After these journals, I'll be taking a break from these giant journals and getting into some more normal size, the 9x7 journals. And I'm going to do like a lake theme, beach themed journal, or probably a few journals. So something more summery now that we are into summer. These big journals, they take so much to make. There's just so much to them. So they are kind of exhausting sometimes, especially doing 3 at the same time. These journals took 3 times the amount of time that I thought that they were going to take. I thought I could do them a little bit faster. Now that I've done several giant journals, I thought that I was getting the hang of it and that would make it faster, but no, it just takes so long to do every single step on a journal this size. So I'm looking forward to getting back into my normal size journals, where they're just easier to work in, they're easier to sew things on, easier to manage. I love these giant journals because they feel so cool to flip through, and I'm kind of obsessed with that feeling, and so that's why I've been making so many. And I'll probably come back to them again too, especially since there's several themes that I want to make for myself. But it's very limiting in what digitals I can get that are big enough to fit in these giant journals and fill them up and stuff. So I can't do the types of themes that I can do. It's kind of limiting. Alright, there's the end of that one. And the last one. I did use different types of papers in here. There is 90-pound paper. I used 32-pound paper, 24-pound, 28-pound, and 20-pound. All different types, printed and dyed. I used the graph paper, as you guys have seen. I like the variety of the papers too, the way that they feel, like these thick 90-pound papers. And then they've got like this smooth side that I really like the feel of writing on them. And then this grittier side, and I like that to be for the grungy picture side. Both sides feel pretty cool to write on, but I prefer the smoother side for writing. But it is kind of cool how they both have a different texture when you're writing on them. Here's that graph paper. I also printed some digitals on A4 paper and most of the other digitals on 8.5 by 11 because it adds that nice layering effect. I like to layer as much as possible, and so having different size papers that I can print on really adds to that. And then I'll even print papers smaller and cut them out or tear them out, the white borders, so that they can be a smaller layer. Here's another pocket. And that is the end. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.